Hey y'all, this is Cheryl and thanks for joining me for another digital scrapbooking process video. Today I'm using a bundle called Autumn Woods by Kristin Cronin-Barrow and digital scrapbook ingredients at Sweet Shop Designs. And I'm combining it with a photo of my daughter and my sister, so Olivia and her Aunt Anna. And I am starting with a journal card and sizing my photo so that, it somewhat matches in size. It's not going to match the width, but it's matching the, height. So I have placed that on an angle up at the upper right of my layout, and I will be using that journal card or filler card as my title. I have added in some stamped fall leaves, and I do reduce that size a little bit here. So I pulled in a lightly textured text paper, and I do change that out later. So I've placed the leaf stamps at they kind of like float down from the top right of the page down to the bottom, and I've added in this little label. And I'm just going to start layering, and this is one of the more heavily clustered layouts that I've done recently. So you'll see that a lot gets tucked under the edges of the photo and the journal card. You did see that I added in, like, it's a little splatus, like a coffee ring almost. And then, of course, I couldn't go without having a word strip. Now I do end up tilting that journal card and that word strip in a short period of time. And now I'm just adding some little pops of green for contrast, because I really wanted to keep the browns and oranges and golds, but I don't know, it was just feeling a little flat, and adding in that little bit of greenery just seemed to help. And also it looks good with Olivia's shirt. Now her green is more of a blue green than this green, but that's okay. There's some green in the background of the wall, so we'll take that and go with it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it kind of all blends and goes together. I do start adding some blue in here, and I do take that out. It just wasn't working for me. And now I'm just adding in some actual foliage, the leaves, and I'm duplicating that by using Alt and clicking at the same time on the object, and when you start dragging it, duplicates it automatically for you. It's one of my favorite shortcuts, especially when you're clustering, because it really lets you, resize and build different, elements, so it looks like there's this big profusion of leaves on your page. So now I'm just added that gold flower over to the right and a gold button over to the left. And this plaid ribbon was it was perfect. And you can see here, I felt like I needed a little bit more greenery. And this owl, y'all, it is so cute. I just loved it, so I had to like tuck it in there. And now I'm just tucking in this piece of like ephemera behind, just as a layering piece. And adding a little pine cone in here. So add a tag. I love this tag, and that's where I'll put my date. and adding some washi tape so it looks like I just taped down, tried to keep that corner down on that filler card. And there's a little bit of lace I'm adding in. And now I'm adding in another flower to take the place of that blue one. And again, using that Alt click to drag, and that'll duplicate. I did that on the flower, and I'll do that on these brown leaves as well. And now I think I'm deciding that I don't want that particular background paper, that I'm going to use something different. And I try to do some rotating because of the text, and it just doesn't work. And what I ended up with I like much better anyway. I like how it turned out. So I'm turning, rotating, turning. Tried to resize. I'm like, do I want to make a diamond shape? I just really felt like it was all taken away from my cluster up there. I do like that dotted paper, so I'm going to keep that. And this is the paper I end up going with, and I'm trying to decide how I want to place it, if I just want it up at the top, and I didn't like the balance of that at all. So I think I end up reducing it about 90%. And then I do add a darker paper under to help really make it pop a little bit more between that neutral cardstock and the dotted background. And I'll place it at a little angle as well. And that's going to be it. I do my custom shadows and journaling off camera. But here you can see it. I hope it inspires you to pull out some of your Thanksgiving photos and scrap them if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.